Okay, go ahead, Hedy.
I can talk?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to explain homelessness to you from the people who live in the subways. And I've been drawing the homeless for a lot of years. And it's time to face the fact that they're human. And these are not the words I'm going to use normally.
No.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have written everything down. I have it, but I don't want to write. Okay, I've been watching them and I noticed that, first of all, there was a time when the only homeless people seemed to be men. They were in park benches, they were on floors, but then very slowly it began to be women. And I tried to find out where. And by speaking to them, I would like to begin to pick a few of them and tell you their stories. I was walking by a construction site. How can you tell a person is homeless? They look it. Their clothes are ragged, and even if they're not ragged, they smell. They have no place to wash. I was doing a commission at Gracie Mansion for some people who wanted to have a painting of it. And when I went to the ladies' room, in the public, because there's a public garden there was a woman standing on some paper towels, barefoot, and taking 1 foot at a time over the sink and washing her feet. And I realized she's homeless. And I didn't stare, I didn't try to make her feel bad in any way. And I just said, can I reach you a towel? Because she couldn't reach the paper towels. And then I found out you can't insult people by giving them money. The best way to do it is, in other words, I'm trying to tell people what we can do about homelessness. You're walking back with somebody and you say, excuse me, but there's $1 lying on the ground where you were just standing, so it must have fallen out of your pocket. And you do that. In other words, we don't have to feel helpless. There are a number of ways of not making people feel bad, but do something. Don't just say, I've seen homeless people. A lot of guards are kind. In the ladies' room at Penn Station, I have a drawing of women sleeping, and the guard said to me, do you notice they have shoes under their pillow, and their pillow is a rag? They have to do it because somebody will see the shoes and steal them. Somebody homeless. I was painting in the garment center, and they had wonderful benches there. And the benches were around trees. And I used to sit there when I painted. And then one day I came, and they were gone. Those benches were gone. And I said to one of the guards, what happened to those wonderful benches? He said, we had to get rid of them because the homeless were sleeping on them. And we can't let that happen because visitors come here and they would be upset. In other words, you just move the benches, you get rid of them so nobody could sleep there. The painting on which I will show you people who are homeless is of the inside of Penn Station. Those benches are gone because the homeless had no place to sleep, so they slept on those benches. I'm doing these in order to make you realize that these are people. And if we can spend as much as we do on munitions Maybe we could spend them on beds or provide jobs. And so I'm going to show you the people. And by then, we would
go down. Yeah.
we'll practice it, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm at a bad angle.
Take your time.
Here, Jesse, go down.
Oh,
You're good, you're good.
and now I can move the chair, because it's strong. It's a strong chair. Okay, let me tell you about the people that you're going to see. I was sitting and drawing a woman from across where she sat. People don't notice me because I wear dark clothes and I cover my white hair. So, and I have a sketchbook which looks like a pad, so a writing pad. I was sitting across this woman and I noticed that she had two bags. From one bag, she picked up a plate. From the other bag, she picked up a rag, and she began to wipe it. And then she put that plate into the second bag. And she kept on doing that. And suddenly another woman sat down next to me. I put her there, but she actually sat down next to me across. And she said, "Do you know what you're drawing?" And I said, "Tell me." And she said, "I'm a social worker. These are the people who once had a room. And there may have been a bathroom down the hall to others, but she had a room with a bed in it. And then they tore down the building and they built brand new expensive apartments. She couldn't afford them. So she packed up her bags and she moved into the streets. I'd like to tell you what she is doing. We call it housekeeping. She's cleaning plates. Once I learned that, I began to notice women sitting. One would take a dress out of a bag and begin to sew it. She was tearing a rip. And I said, housekeeping. So I'd like you to realize that they don't give up. They keep living and housekeeping. This one carries all her possessions. I saw her on an empty lot where they had just been building, but the workers were gone. And they must have left some food there. And she was wolfing it down. And the social worker, or somebody who walked by, said to me, "Do you know why she's eating so quickly?" And I said, "Tell me." And he said, "Because there's so many hungry, homeless people, and she's afraid if she doesn't eat it quickly, somebody will tear it out of her hands." This is not homelessness, but in a sense it shows you how difficult it can be being in the streets. This man the woman was leaning against the pillar, and he was smashing his fist into the pillar next to her face, and she was cringing like this. And a policeman walked by and he said, "Hey, move it, move it," but didn't help. I think by then I'll have talked enough about the homeless.
Gotcha. So Jesse, and then
Where the
finish